you good? Okay. All right, welcome to Cashion Wildcat Television, CWTV production of Cashion Wildcat Basketball 2022-2023. Appreciate you guys joining us. Neiman Abavi here. Luke Jenkins coming up here in a second. Appreciate you guys joining us here as Cashion Wildcats heading over to the second game against Morrison Wildcats, led again by Coach Jared Griffin. Girls just coming off a really nice win, 47-41 to move to 1-0 on the season. Led by, guess who, Megan Schaefer, 19 points. Right behind her, junior Lauren Jenkins with 13, Reese Williams with 9, and Madison Westerhoff with 6. Fantastic work. And your mom just texted me the scoreboard, so I'll have the books for me as well. But again, a great victory here. We've got about 4 minutes here before the tip-off of the boys, as this is also a new-look team here for the Cashion Wildcats. Over the last few years, you've had kind of a grouping of boys that have kind of been the staple. A few years ago in that first state title appearance, which was called by COVID, you had the Alex Nababi, Jacob Woody team that, ran for a few years with Seth Brown kind of mixed in there with Luke. And who else am I missing in that run? Who else do we have? Simon Branson.
Yeah, so Simon and Seth, and then I guess before them was like McCaleb and
That's
Jack
right.
Sunken.
That's right. And then you and Vaughn.
Right.
So leading into that in this last couple years, fantastic back-to-back state title runs. Last year ending in a runner-up finish against Dale. Again, you had 8 seniors on that team. And so you mentioned earlier there's a bunch of guys that are familiar that have been here. They just haven't had their chance to go. And so this is going to be their deal. It's going to be kind of tightening, ratcheting down those butterflies and not trying to do everything in one game. But, you've had a chance probably to ask, to look. What are your thoughts on this new look Cashion Wildcat boys team that's going to have 5 new starters?
I think at least with the starters, you're going to be able to score. I'm not worried about that. Now, maybe you're not going to be able to score like what we're used to, especially towards the end of that run, but Drake Woody is probably just as good of a shooter as Vance. I would honestly say that. I spent some time coaching him last summer. Camden Miller is a heck of a point guard. He maybe doesn't have as much game experience as Jonah does, but the handle is really, really nasty. And then Nathan is kind of a nice combination of both. And he's a bull. He's not, just like Nick was. He doesn't care how tall you are. He doesn't care how big you are. They are all going to be able to play offense. So I'm not worried about that. What I'm looking to see is how they're going to play defensively, how they're going to rebound, all that kind of stuff. Really, the little things are what helps you to win the ball games. I'm not worried about what it looks like offensively. I think if we get pressed early, it could be ugly, but I'm really not worried about that once we get later into the season, because you've got Nathan Nabavi, who's spent a lot of time playing point guard. You got Camden Miller, who's spent a lot of time playing point guard. And then Drake Woody's not too bad of a ball handler himself. So I think pressure is not going to be really our worry going forward. I think it's really going to come down to how well we can play defensively. And then also, if our guards do get in some foul trouble early, especially Cam, Drake, Nathan, two of them get in foul trouble early, then what is that bench going to be able to do and come in, and are they going to be able to successful take care of the basketball?
I think that's the key. I really agree with that sentiment. You know, what you're going to see in Jackson Vandruff is going to be a new and improved post.
Oh, yes.
We're going to have a true post 4-5 here for the Cashion Wildcats, something that, again, we mentioned Simon Branson. You know, the run for the last couple of years did not have a true center, even though Nick Nabavi played the 5. It was more of a 4 or 5 guard lineup for the Cashion Wildcats. So you've got that, and then of course you've got the new move-in, our quarterback Chance Acord, a little 3-4 action. Will run the wing, and we'll see. You know, he's got a ton of athleticism. We'll see where he goes and where he fits in with this group. But coming off the bench, you've got Caleb Schaefer. You've got you've got Anthony Wilburn, Bodie Beitler, a senior, Max Brown, and Cole Tishner. So it'll be probably a 10-deep run. As I know we always sometimes halfway joke that Hardaway loves to and you're smiling now. He
especially
loves,
earlier in the year. You've got a lot of guys that really have no varsity experience. So he could have a plan, and then he goes out there, and what he's thinking may not happen because you haven't had an opportunity to see him play in an environment like this. But it's a home game. It's a pretty good crowd against Morrison, an opponent an opponent you'll probably see again before it's all said and done. So I think it's as good of a first opponent as any, because they're also going through a lot of the same things that we are. As a lot of new faces. I do think they got to keep at least one that played last year, maybe two, so they do maybe have a slight experience advantage over us. But I'm excited for this basketball game, excited for this season.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, last year's Morrison team had 4 seniors, and the lone player was number 2, Briggs Rowe, the junior guard. This year it'll be definitely a new look for them as well, as they come out here with Mason Schubert, Briggs Rowe, number 3, Coy Condit, number 20, McCosser, number 21, Gavin Johnson. All right, that's your Cashion Wildcat. New look Wildcats, Nabavi. Well, that name is not new, but it's a different Nabavi. This time Nathan, Chance Acord, Camden Miller, Jackson Vandruff, Drake Woody. You've got junior, sophomore, senior, sophomore, so mixed bunch here. Jackson Vandruff, the true player with true varsity minutes. Camden Miller and Drake did come in a little mop up here and there, but certainly it's going to be a lot of butterflies for moms, dads, and players for sure.
It'll be interesting to see how they come out. Do they come out like they're nervous and they have butterflies, or are they going to come out hitting the ground running, ready to go? Something I'm looking forward to seeing.
Well, you know, Coach Hardaway's coached a little bit, so
that is true.
You know, if you were in Coach Hardaway's shoes, I mean, what's the message in the locker room with these guys?
I think you're telling them not to compare themselves to this team of old. We are this Cashion Wildcat team.
Yeah.
We don't have the Jonas advances, but that doesn't mean we can't have the same goals, because once you've been in the big house, that's really what you're looking to do every single year. It's going to be a harder path this year, but if they click, they come together, they start scoring, start playing defense, there's no reason to believe that you can't make it back there this year.
Schubert, sophomore guard, pulls up for 3, opening play. That one rims in and out. Camden Miller to Nathan Nabavi, a little weave up top here for the Wildcats, a man look here for the Morrison Wildcats, and we'll have a reach foul as Chance Acord draws foul number 1 against Mason Schubert.
And we also should say, we talk about these kids not having experience, we mean high school varsity experience.
Yeah. They've
played basketball.
Yeah, no.
They've played a lot of basketball.
A lot of miles. Acord, 3 balls up. A little long there, going up high. Nabavi fighting with Miller for the rebound. Unfortunately, it falls in the hands of number 2, Briggs Rowe. The junior guard will bring it across the timeline. Wildcats in that man defense. Drake Woody draws the defense there. Camden Miller now up on number 21, Johnson. Round the wing it goes. Little back cut and move here. Wildcats trying to get that screen. Nabavi pestering number 1, Schubert. Almost gets the pick. Briggs Rowe driving on Woody. Pull up deep from 3, banked in. McCosser. Almost don't even want to count that one, but it's good, and that'll be the first points here of the game.
It really is unfortunate that that's still worth 3 points.
Nabavi will work it across the Woody. He'll come down the wing inside to Acord. We got a foul last time. Reach there doesn't get called. Quickly down, and that's dunked. Nice work there by Briggs Rowe. It's 5-0. Quickly out, 5-0. Camden Miller with the baseline drive off the hands of Vandruff and goes out of bounds. And tough start here for the Cashion Wildcats. There'll be a timeout. Good timeout here, I think, for Coach Hardaway. So we'll leave it here for a second. So come out, basically 2 possessions. You get 1 shot. Really not much happening. You know, is this, again, nerves, or is this a situation where Coach draws up maybe another offensive play here?
I think the past couple times down, we're really running the same set, and the Morrison player just jumped it the last time. Like you said, he got the foul the first time. Maybe he didn't quite foul, and then so the second time they're going to let him run through, just gets a clean tip. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more player movement down here. I think we've all got, outside of Jackson, I think they're all capable of putting the ball on the floor and being aggressive. And then, obviously, I'd like to see Drake Woody just get a wide-open 3 because I do think he's capable of getting hot in a hurry, just like his brother was and just like Vance were.
Fill it up. All right, so after the turnover, Morrison will come back. They'll have the ball. Schubert with his hands on it will work right side. Nathan Nabavi, the junior, on him. They'll clear out. They'll work back into Rowe, who had that last 2 points. Woody on him. Step back, no walk. They will call it. Excellent call there. Step back shuffle is going to get called. And again, big shout out to our officials here. Got a great 3-man crew. And they did a great job in the girls' game earlier. Hopefully they got that Ben Gay and Gatorade going here for round 2. Camden Miller will work right side. And Nabavi will switch. Same set here. Acord comes up top to get that entry pass in from Acord. Little up, and Camden Miller gets his man in the air and gets the bucket on the floater for Cashion Wildcats' first bucket of the season. Wildcats on the board, 5-2. Staying in that man defense, 6 minutes on the clock, 2 minutes into the first quarter. It's been kind of a 2-man game here with Schubert and Rowe. This time it finally gets in the hands of Johnson. Miller on him. Nabavi working left hand. Good job on the D. No foul. Will come down. Acord will get the rebound. Good job there by Nathan Nabavi. Botting up, not getting the foul. He'll get it up top, swing it around. Woody, you talked about it. Is it there? Just misses. Jackson Vandruff fighting for it. Stays here. A good extra effort there by the senior, Jackson Vandruff.
I think defensively you can expect a healthy dose of it being Schubert and Rowe all night. They're going to be on the floor. The ball's going to be in their hands a lot because they're the 2 kids that has the big house experience from last season.
All right, Camden Miller on the baseline here. He'll get the ball. Nabavi on the short side next to him. They'll look to get it to Nabavi deep. He'll get the ball. He'll kick it out to Acord. Open 3. It's a little long there. That one falls into the hands of Schubert. He'll work left side to middle. Wildcats in that man defense. 5:24, down 3. 3 balls pulled up, and that one rolls out. Acord with the rebound quickly to Camden Miller. Wildcats coming down. Can you feel you can feel their lungs here. I'm telling you. Like, I can feel their lungs are on fire right now, as this is no different than anything else probably they've had in the last couple of months. Woody for the 3 angle. Bang! Drake Woody with the assist from Nathan Nabavi. Wildcats tied up, 5-all. Quickly down, Schubert, left side handoff. Around the horn it goes. Condit with the ball, the junior matched up with Acord. Nabavi matched up with Schubert. That's going to be what we're going to look for here. Rowe working against Woody. He gives it up. No walk call, baseline. No walk call there on the shuffle. In the lane. Missed ball, 21. Rebound, another offensive rebound. Goodness gracious, back-to-back. And Briggs Rowe, with his 4th point of the game, take the lead for the Morrison Wildcats, 7-5.
If you give them that many attempts, they're usually going to be able to convert.
Nabavi will get it off. He'll penetrate. He'll get the call. Good aggressive take there by Nabavi. He'll get the block call. He'll be on the floor. That'll be the 2nd foul here against the Morrison Wildcats. We'll have a substitution here as looks like, looks like Schubert will have a seat. That's just his first. Coming in for him is number 12. That is Brandon Swoboda. He's a freshman. Nabavi will get it out to half court on the inbounds. 4 minutes here. Wildcats down 2 to Morrison. Back up top to Drake. Woody. Around the horn it goes. Jackson Vandruff going from block to block. He's rotating across the lane. I don't know if they'll move him up to set a screen or anything. They'll weave up top. Acord will get the double screen. Jackson Vandruff fighting for it. Throws it back out. Quickly down is Rowe. He'll right side, and we'll get a reach from behind. Good job there by Nabavi. Slowing down, moving his feet, getting Briggs to stop. But Jackson Vandruff tried to poke his hand in there and gets called for the foul. That'll be foul number 1 on the Wildcats, and obviously the first here for Jackson Vandruff. 7-5, Wildcats down 2, under 4 minutes, first quarter. Johnson with the long 2. Jackson Vandruff with the run out. Great defensive rebound there by the senior. Acord will get it to Woody. Woody will get it back to Nabavi up top. He's got the freshman on him. Let's see if he's going to call for the screen. Work left side, drive the bucket. He'll get the foul call. Will he get to the line?
I think that one should earn him a spot at the line.
All right, so we should be shooting 2 as Nabavi staying aggressive on that dribble penetration. You talked about it earlier in the game. Kind of a pseudo between a lot of the guys here on the court. So that'll be the first foul on Johnson, the senior. Hold your form, son. He does not. Flips it up there, misses it. We got our first substitution of the game as Anthony Wilburn, the sophomore forward. Number 2 will come in for Chance Acord. Wildcats looking to trim this lead to 1. Down 2, 5-7. Bobby puts that one in. 7-6. All right, so with 3:19, Schubert with the ball works left side against Nabavi. He's looking for that screen right side. Good work there on the talk. Communication is key between Vandruff and Nabavi there on that high screen. Rowe with the 3-ball up in front of Drake Woody. That's wildly off. Camden Miller. Those are the hard ones to get. Camden Miller will work left side. Nabavi's got the freshman on him. Let's see if they do a 5-out. They sure do. They're going to allow Nabavi. Let's see. He'll give it up to Miller. On the clear out, not there. Miller will clear back. Woody, deep 3 from the pole. Long rebound to the freshman. Quickly down. 1 and done for the Wildcats as Schubert comes down right side. He attacks Nabavi. Let's see, we'll have a reach. It'll be on the floor. No continuation here in high school basketball. That one will be the first one. That'll go against Nabavi on the reach. Actually, they got him on the block. It's a second foul as Jackson Vandruff and Nabavi will have a seat. Coming in will be Max Brown and Caleb Schaefer. We talked about substitution, so it's a chance to catch your breath, maybe get a little coaching. Max Brown is senior. Caleb Schaefer is senior as well, coming off the bench. 2:36 on the clock. Getting big body in Caleb Schaefer. We've called that name before, haven't we?
For sure. And then number 2, Anthony Wilburn, I think is checked in as well.
Yep. Cam Miller allowing the left hand to go with Schubert. Great job on the closeout. Freshman pulls up for 3. Max Brown with the tip out. Drake Woody with the rebound. The tip out by Max Brown, I apologize. 2:17, Wildcats down 1. Things have kind of settled down a little bit. Caleb Schaefer on the screen. 3 balls up. That one's off there by Camden Miller. Condit, the junior, down the right side. He gives it quickly up to Schubert. Schubert working his way. Camden Miller matched up with him. Good work there by the Cashion man defense. Wildcats are giving up the 3-ball. They're not worried about that.
Yeah, it looks like we're much more concerned with Rowe's driving ability than his shot.
Do we have a timeout? I guess we have to have a timeout. I don't think it was a foul, so That can't possibly have been called by Coach Hardaway. So it looked like it was I don't know.
I think it was a timeout on the floor by one of the Morrison players.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know if they had something going on or not, but I do think that's what occurred.
All right, so 6-7. We'll leave it here. I think it was a 30-second variety, 144. Quick assessment.
It doesn't look too bad. Once we slowed down, started taking care of the basketball, I mean, it was 5-0. So now since then it was on a 6-2 run after Coach Hardaway's timeout. I think we've looked good. Now we started to make some substitutions, so I'm curious to see what's going on. I would like to see us work a little bit harder on offense for a better look. Really haven't had any uncontested layups, which those aren't very easy to come by, but like to get something wide open, something easy at the rack.
No, I agree. Luke, that's why you're here. That's why I'm going to continue to get you waters and Diet Cokes or whatever else you need. Appreciate you joining us here on CWTV 2022-2023 Cashion Wildcat Basketball. First quarter action, Wildcats down 1. Morrison with the ball. Mason Schubert will kick out to Briggs Rowe. It's been the 1-2 punch there literally for Morrison. Left hand shakes free. No good. Max Brown with the rebound. An absolute amazing athlete, Max Brown. Had about 1,600 yards receiving this year for the football team. Great speed.
Shows how far Cashion basketball has come. It's like Max Brown would have started with Vaughn and I and Seth. I mean, he just because he's an athlete on the floor. But now you've got to be a little bit of a ball player to get a lot of run with Cashion.
Miller with the floater. Count it. Yes, sir. He's got 4 early.
And then, like, him and Drake and Nathan all at most two-way schools are playing last year. But just because of the wealth of talent we have in that senior class, they didn't have the opportunity to. But what they did do is practice against them every single day.
All right, so nice tip out there by the Wildcats getting the offensive rebound. Camden Miller with a floater. He's got 4. Wildcats up 1 now, their first lead of the game. That goes out of bounds. He gets tipped out by Camden Miller as he's matched up with Swabada. He'll go and have a seat as number 21, Johnson, checks in, back in, and number 22 for the first time, that's Seth Dennis, checks in for the Morrison Wildcats, a senior for Coach Griffin. Camden Miller will have a seat with Max Brown coming back in, Nathan Nabavi, and Jackson Vandrift, along with Chance Acord. High post, jumper, jump on. It still drives me. It still surprises me when that ever happened. So McCauser with the junior with the jumper. That'll be an alternating possession scenario. So Wildcats with the ball. This will give Morrison potential the ball at the start of the second quarter. But Wildcats have it under 30 seconds here as they get it across. Acord from Nabavi. Acord will wing it around to Wilburn. Wilburn looking for the high post. No dump down it is. We'll have a push off. That's offensive player control against Caleb Schaefer. That's a shame.
I'd like to see him just hold his position. He's so big, he shouldn't really have to push. But also, if I'm a defensive player and I get shoved off by Caleb, I'm probably not going to get up as close to him next time. So that could be playing the long game there.
All right, so Wildcats on D. 19 seconds. So last possession here is Bodie Beitler's checked in for the Wildcats at guard for Nathan Nabavi here on defense. 13 seconds. 10 seconds. Loose ball, Beitler, great job there on Schubert. He'll drive left hand. Great defense by Caleb Schaefer. Loose ball, 2 seconds. Are they going to get a shot off? They do. Are you kidding me? Just like the Morrison girls game, Briggs Rowe throws in a prayer, and they're going to count it. So that'll give the lead back. 10-8 for Morrison here as we end the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. Be right back. CWTV. Is that 2 bank shots? Welcome back. CWTV broadcast here, Cashion Wildcat basketball. Game 1, season opener here for the new look Cashion Wildcats. Coach Hardaway and the bunch find themselves down 2 based on 2 banked-in three-pointers by the Morrison Wildcats. That last one by Briggs Rowe right at the end of the first quarter. Wildcats will also be back on defense as Coach Griffin and the Morrison Wildcats will take possession. For the Wildcats, you got the original starting 5, Nathan Nabavi Jr., sophomore Camden Miller, sophomore Drake Woody, junior Chance Acord, and senior Jackson Vandruff. And Coach Griffin will go back with his starting 5 as well. Though he got a quick count there as the referee had enough waiting on the second horn. Schubert with the ball. Nathan Nababi matched up with him. Oop, close. Good job by Nababi holding his ground. Pass underneath. Spin around, turn up is good. They're gonna call a foul. Wow. So Briggs Rowe bailed out. I thought they were going to call him for the walk there on the spin, but he's able to retain possession and finds himself at the free throw line. That one will go against Chance Acord, his first, the 4th against the Wildcats. Count the bucket, so that'll extend the lead 11-8 here for the Morrison Wildcats.
I think the ref is just looking for him to go completely vertical there. As Rowe was spinning away from the basket, Chance continued to move in. I didn't think there was a ton of contact there, but I do think that's what he was whistling there.
I agree with you. As long as they can stay consistent, right? That's all we've ever asked for.
For sure.
So Camden Miller will work left side. He's going to work for a double screen. Not there. Nababi will have it. He'll get the double screen. He'll curl, and he'll get knocked to the floor. Briggs Rowe. A little trippy there. Nathan Nababi will clean up his chin and get back to the sideline. So that's just foul number 1 for Rowe. Foul number 4 for the Morrison Wildcats. Knotted up 4-4 for each team.
I can't remember the 4th foul, but Nathan has drawn 3 of those 4 fouls.
He sure has. Nababi, good close out there. We'll get the high post. Camden Miller with that up. The floater's up. Doesn't go good. Jackson Miller.
Foul.
Jackson Vandruff pushed out of bounds. Great call there by the baseline official. That'll be foul number 5 and on the Morrison Wildcats. Number 1 on Dennis. So with 7:21, Wildcats down 4. Out of bounds, Camden Miller. Get that one to Drake Woody. Back to Miller, right wing. Wildcats will work it around. Nababi swings it around. That one is knocked out of bounds, so good job there by Briggs Rowe. Anticipating that pass, the lower wing, baseline to Chance Acord. Nababi with the ball. He'll kick out, finds Drake Woody open, corner, in and out. Vandruff fighting for the rebound and count it. Offensive rebound and bucket. Jackson Vandruff flex it, son. Wildcats get it within 2, 12-10. Rowe with the drive against Woody. Good help there by Acord. Back up top, 3 ball is off the front rim. Acord with another defensive rebound. Camden Miller quickly across the timeline. No numbers, he'll kick it out to Woody. Woody will flex back out and start over. Wildcats will reset here. No rush. Nababi up top, matched up, will wing it around to Woods. Jackson Vandruff fighting. Great entry pass into the low block. Vandruff with another offensive rebound, and we'll get the foul.
Oh.
I got to tell you what, number 11's the last guy you want to mess with.
I think he did a really good job there of just playing basketball. You know, maybe Jackson last year at times got really, really physical, but understands his spot on his team is completely different with this group and knows, hey, I can't. He gets the foul, gets reffed up, pops back up, gets ready to play. It's really impressive.
Dennis gets his second foul. Nababi will drive. Dump down to Schaefer. Schaefer misses the bunny, gets his own offensive miss, and will walk with the ball.
It's just an excellent pass by Nababi right there.
All right, so out of bounds. Morrison will get it. They'll bring it up. It's getting physical. 6:12 on the clock. Second quarter action. Wildcats down 2, 10-12. Right-hand drive, and that'll be foul number 2 on Nababi. He can't do that, and he'll have a seat. That's unfortunate. He allowed their Schubert with a nice right-hand drive down the baseline. Just stick your body. No reason to get your hand up. So he'll have a seat with 2 fouls. He's got no chance to come back in, and that'll bring up Anthony Wilburn after the timeout as Schubert will go back to the line again. That's something Nababi will have to learn. First one goes in, so Schubert making a living at the free throw line is getting his 3rd free throw. Wilburn checks in for Nababi, so we've got Wilburn, Camden Miller. We've got the 2 towers and Schaefer and Vandruff and Drake Woody in for the Wildcats. 13-10. Makes both. So Briggs Rowe, guess what? He's got 11 of the 14 for Morrison. The only other bucket was that banked-in three-pointer by McCauser. Kick out to Woody. He'll work back to the middle, looking back to Camden Miller.
I think that was Schubert at the line. Was
Schubert?
It not number one?
Was it Schubert? Yeah, my apologies. Thank you, Luke, keeping us sane over here. I may have messed up on Schubert's points earlier. Jackson Vandroff with the up and under.
Just a little bit loose with the basketball.
Yeah. And that's tough, as Caleb Schaefer was in the spot too as well. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. We've missed enough layups to be winning the basketball game, so I don't think there's anything really outside of maybe a little too many fouls. There's not anything too disheartening about the basketball game so far.
Mason Schubert will work back inside outside. It's definitely been the Schubert Rowe combo here for Morrison. Left-hand drive. Good job there on the help by defense by Vandroff. Wildcats staying in that man defense. And Coach Griffin's going to call a timeout. So give credit to the Wildcats. So we're at timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back here on CWTV. All right, welcome back. Cashion Wildcats TV live from Cashion, Oklahoma. Game one here, season opener for the boys. Girls winners earlier, 47-41. Wildcats find themselves down 4. And again,
is this a little half-court trap?
Looks like it, as Caleb Schaefer working the top here. 3 balls up, and it's good. Mason Schubert getting uncorked. He's got 7. And it's blossomed out to a 17-10 lead here for Morrison. Biggest lead of the night for the Morrison Wildcats. Chance Acord's checked back in for the Cashion Wildcats. We've got Drake Woody, Camden Miller, and Acord at the guards. Schaefer and Jackson Vandroff. Camden wanted a little push there, didn't get the block call.
I think if he wants the foul there, he's got to cut that off towards the basket a little bit. If I'm just bumping outside, it's really hard for the official to give me the call.
Morrison gets it across the timeline. 4:40 here, looking for that high screen. Rowe for the 3 ball. It's up. Off the front rim, tipped out. We're going to have over the back call. That's a correct call. Advantage gained by number 20, McCauser, going over the back of Caleb Schaefer. That'll be foul number 8 on the Morrison Wildcats. Looks like they're going to send Jackson Vandroff to the line. Nathan Nabavi checks in with Wilburn. So we have to watch Nabavi with 2 fouls.
I like this, especially early in the season. Let him try to learn to play with fouls, and also let's Coach Hardaway know if Nathan or whoever is in foul trouble, I put him back in. He is consistently picking up that third early. Then once we start getting to our playoff push and tournament time, I know, hey, I just really can't put him back in yet. And then you maybe learn to save him for the second half. But here you give Nathan the chance to play without fouling, whereas if I just sit him on the floor, then he never gets to stay on the court.
Man, bringing the knowledge, Luke Jenkins. I love it. Jackson Vandroff gets his first made free throw there on the bonus. So he's got 3 already on the night. Let's see if he can convert the – he does. Nice work there by Jackson.
He's probably spent a little time in the gym working on those.
All right, so Wildcats cut it back down to 5, 12-17, 4:26 here. Camden Miller on Rowe, Nabavi on Schubert. Wildcats kind of a little matchup here on a 2-3 look, 2-1-2 possibly, but extending it out is the Morrison Wildcats. Nabavi on Schubert looking to get that screen. Skip pass to Rowe. Good work there by the Cashion defense. A little inside out. They're daring them to shoot to any of those other guys to shoot it. And Rowe will say, fine, I'll pull up deep. That's off. Acord off his hands. That'll go out of bounds. That'll stay here. That's unfortunate.
Just a little bit harder to rebound it out of the 2-3, but I think we got exactly what we wanted, a long 3. Just couldn't quite come up with the rebound.
So Nabavi will check back out Max Brown. So a little offense for defense here. I like what Coach Hardaway is doing. So Max Brown coming in.
So we get lucky there. We're playing that 2-3. Cam got stuck on a screen against a team with a more capable shooter. That's going to be 3 points every single time.
That high screen there, Rowe looking back and forth. Skip pass back out to McCosser. Around the horn, it gets back in the hands, and there's an open three. That one goes back iron. Jackson Vandruff, defensive rebound. Love seeing that. Quickly out to Cam Miller, left side. Curl back out to Woody. Woody to Brown. Brown skip pass. Dangerous. 3 balls up. Bank! We'll take it. Bang! Camden Miller's got 7.
Well, it's only right that we get a bank three.
We're due another one. We're due another one. So we'll take it 17-15. Wildcats cut it to 2. Little 5-0 run here by the Wildcats out of the timeout. No walk call there on the shuffle. Rowe with the floater, no good. Rebound by Max Brown. Quickly down left side. Camden Miller holds up. Gets the call out here from Coach Hardaway. Wildcats will reset as we got a little high post. Jackson Vandruff coming out top as he'll roll back out, set the screen for Camden Miller. Skip past to Woody. Woody takes baseline, floater, right hand, no good. Jackson Vandruff fights for the rebound, no good. Quickly down is Mason Schubert, left side. Camden Miller slows him down. He'll get the blocking call, and that'll be foul number 6 on the Cashion Wildcats. I think Camden lost his feet a little bit, ended up leaning his body. That'll be just his first.
I do not think Coach Hardaway is very happy about that.
No, he was not. Was not. So sends Mason Schubert back to the line. Mason's made a living. He's already got 5 free throws on the day. Almost a third of their points. Whoops. Let's get that back. Let's get that back going. It's score goes 19-15, Morrison. Nabavi checks in with Wilburn. So it'll be Nabavi, Woody, Wilburn, Chance Acord, and Caleb Schaefer as Jackson Vandruff gets a rest. Nabavi swings a little Arkansas odd corner cutter here. And that's number 2 on Caleb Schaefer there. Well, a lot of off-ball calls and fouls here.
I just think he's potentially playing a little bit too far outside of his body. They're going to let you bang as long as I'm banging in close. I think he's just pushing a little bit too much.
All right, that's foul number 7 on the Wildcats. Player control, so no bonus on that.
We are 1-1 both ways for the remainder of the half.
So Jackson Vandruff checks in with Schaefer, who has 2. Woody matched up with Rowe. He's going to try to get the screen up top. 3 balls up, in and out. Acord had his hand on it. Good defense there by Jackson Vandruff, and it's Schubert with the bucket. Johnny on the spot. And that's back to a 6-point lead here now for Morrison. Inside feed to Jackson Vandruff and get the foul. Nabavi wants the assist, but we'll send Jackson Vandruff back to the line as he gets hacked. That's foul number 8 on Morrison. That one will go against, looks like, is that going to be number 2 on Rowe? We'll see here as Jackson Vandruff goes to the line. First free throw is up, and it's a little long. I guess that one goes against number 10, who's checked in for Morrison. That is Crenshaw. Second one is up and rolls in. So good work there by Jackson Vandruff, at least getting something out of that. Trip, 21-16, Wildcats down 5. Wildcats in a little zone here now. Skip pass, wide open Rowe. He doesn't want to shoot it, looking for the screen. Camden Miller a little tight there on Schubert, not letting him get free, which is the right idea. Drop down the short corner, off the baseline is missed. Acord with another rebound. Camden Miller quickly pulls up 3. Bang! Camden Miller, hello! Gets the 3 ball, his second made 3. 21-19, Schubert on the drive. Schaefer with a block. Camden Miller, and we'll get the walk call. Interesting. So turnover to the Wildcats. Camden Miller was trying to split the Morrison defense. Drake Woody will check in. Bodie Beitler will check in for Chance Acord. 1 minute here. So we've got Schaefer, Vandruff, Miller, red hot. Bodie Beitler, the senior, as well as Drake Woody out for the Wildcats. Down 2 with a minute. Here's second quarter action. Schubert and Rowe have been the guys for, and we knew that coming in based on, as you mentioned, their experience. Bodie Beitler, the senior, matched up here with Briggs Rowe, the junior. Camden Miller now on Schubert. Manned up. Skip pass.
Do not want to foul here.
It's like the Morrison Wildcats holding for last shot here.
I think we just went into a junk. We're in a what Hardaway calls a T&1 right now. You're going to see Cam just on Schubert the remainder of the possession, while Bodie's got the entire top half by all himself.
Lucky Beitler. Left hand out. Condit will get it back. Little two-man game here up top. Little keep away. Condit won't shoot it. I'd let him shoot it. 6 seconds. Rowe with the drive. Pulls back. Turnaround is up. Off the backboard. Condit with the jumper. Are you kidding me?
That is unfortunate.
So Condit with another prayer at the buzzer. That one's good. That's 5 points given up. And that'll extend the lead 19-23.
With how big we are, we have not done a great job securing the defensive rebound and in and off these possessions.
Yeah. So Wildcats will head into halftime down 4, 23-19 to Morrison. Now we'll go to timeout. Be right back right after this.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. Appointment 405-283-6565.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Still the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
At Water Heater Man, we specialize in repairing and replacing all water heaters. We service the OKC Metro and surrounding towns with fast, reliable service. We keep our vans fully stocked with essential parts needed for basic repairs, and new tanks are always on the vans ready to go. We offer free estimates on all jobs with financing options available. We match manufacturer's warranty for all newly replaced water heaters. We'll get your water heater back up and running as fast as possible so you don't have to put your life on hold waiting for service. Give us a call today. 405-844-TANK. That's 405-844-8265. Go Wildcats!
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcats TV. Halftime here of the boys' game. Wildcats down 23-19, down 4 to the Morrison Wildcats. We'll see if Coach Hardaway and the bunch can get a rally going, just like the lady Cashion Wildcats here earlier, victorious 47-41. And we're joined up here in the upper reaches of the corner of the gym. This is where they put me, with junior Lauren Jenkins and sophomore Megan Schaefer. Welcome to the broadcast.
Well, thanks for having us.
Okay, very good. You guys act like you're shy. You TikTok all day. You shouldn't have any worries with this kind of stuff.
It's very true.
So you guys are 1-0, and so congratulations. Lauren, we'll start with you. You finished with 13 points, a lot of that in the second half. Were there a lot of nerves? I mean, this is a new team in essence. You had a lot of seniors that left. Was there a lot of nerves, or do you guys feel like you were capable and ready for tonight's game?
I think that my team was pretty nervous just because we, of course, are super young, and so not a lot of people got varsity play last year,
right,
except of course me and Megan, and maybe some of Reese Williams. But I think once we hit the court and got a couple plays under our belt, we were ready. So
Yeah.
we were ready once we.
Very good. And you guys, it's not like you just started playing basketball.
Yeah.
You all have been going and doing well. Obviously, scrimmages. You guys had a very competitive summer tournament travel schedule. Megan, you finished with 19. You had 10 in the first quarter. Then you got in foul trouble, and then you came back in, and you had another 9 in the second half. So, I was talking with your dad earlier. There's only one mode of Megan Schaefer, and I love that mode. How do you kind of control that? I mean, you're getting beat up, you're getting slapped and hit, trying to fight and get in the block, trying to catch those entry passes from Lauren. Some great passes in today. How do you get yourself under control when you're getting beat up 90% of the time? Or do you?
I'm still working on that. It's been working lately. I've just been trying to think of my team needs me and it's okay. I don't know. I'm working on it.
I think that helps a lot, just us kind of supporting her.
Yeah.
Because obviously there are points where Megan just needs a little hey, calm down. But then she just pulls it together. It's her. I don't know. She just does
And they know
something.
that, and I know that my teammates are seeing it and they're with me, and that really helps.
Yeah, that helps.
That's good. So, that's we talk about culture on a team and true teamwork. I love hearing that. And you guys have kind of taken some leadership role, it sounds like, with the squad, right? You have, we did have, in essence, Reese Williams had a little bit. I know Madison had some minutes, but, Addison McCracken, Abby Hopgood, Sierra McCracken, Cheyenne Henry, a lot of minutes for folks that really have not had that. For you guys to, move forward, look like, again, Reese Williams finished with 9 and Madison had 2 big threes. Do you feel like it's going to have to be kind of a team effort just like it was tonight for the rest of the season?
Yes, most definitely. And I feel like our confidence is just going to go way up, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I feel like
for this
everybody's
team.
going to step up. It's
Yeah.
going to be great.
All right, so Luke was on the broadcast. So you need to go back and listen because he was talking some major smack on you, Lauren. But, one of the things we saw, it was a 1-point game, and we were like, uh-oh. But all of a sudden you guys turned it on, extended the lead, and then that was it. Is that something that you guys have been working and talking about this season?
Well, coming into this game, we knew we were going to make mistakes. It was just our main goal was play through the mistakes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so we knew what was happening, and we knew we were all getting emotional and frustrated. And then finally we were just okay, guys, let's just go win. We have to pull it out. It was just, we were sitting there, we were just we have to go win. We can't lose. We can't lose.
That's right.
So we just went and we did something. So
Well, let's put that one on repeat and let's continue that. So again, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Again, Coach Taylor, you guys are 1-0 in the season, 47-41. We come back to play Minko next Tuesday. That'll be another tough game, another physical game. But congratulations on 1-0, and you guys, we're looking for a lot from you guys this season. Okay. All right, a little fist bump. Congrats. All right, that was Lauren Jenkins and Megan Schaefer. Dynamic duo, the 1-2 punch for the Cashion Wildcats. We've got about 2 minutes left here. We'll get Luke back on the headset, and we'll get you guys going for second half action here as the Cashion Wildcats are taking on the Morrison Wildcats. Hang tight. We'll be right back here at Cashion Wildcats TV.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Presenting Regato Ranch, located within the Cashion School District and offering homebuyers the experience of small-town charm with a modern world of shopping, dining, and healthcare just minutes away. Situated east of Highway 74, Regato Ranch boasts 1-acre home sites with privacy and ample space to retire or raise a family.
To build your next home from the ground up or to inquire about new properties currently for sale, contact Brandon or Shannon Cotter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Realty.
Come find your forever home at Regato Ranch.
And go Wildcats!
For 31.
All right, welcome back. CWTV second half about to start here as the Cashion Wildcats taking on the Morrison Wildcats on CashionWildcats.tv. Neiman Abavi, Luke Jenkins. That was that 1-2 punch there of Coach Taylor, of Megan Schaefer and Lauren Jenkins as the Wildcat girls get their first victory. And the boys here down 4, not out of it, definitely certainly very close and have an opportunity to move 1-0 here in the early season as well. Nathan Abavi with 1 point. Camden Miller was red hot. He has 10 points for the Wildcats. He has our 10 of 19. Jackson Vandruff has 4. Drake Woody with another 3 for the Wildcats, 19 points. I'm missing a bucket somewhere. I have to be. 11 and 7, 18. I'm missing a bucket with somebody. Maybe Jackson Vandruff, I think, with 5. Yeah, that's what
I do think Jackson has another layup. Looks like Morrison's coming out in a man-to-man. I would like to see the boys maybe just play a little bit more free. I think they played like a lot of them haven't played basketball in a long time. Just right there, perfect execution, nice little draw. Doesn't get much easier than that.
Nabavi with the assist to Jackson Vandruff with a great job on the seal-off here as the Wildcats cut it 23-21 quickly here. Nice work there by Cashion to get out here on that first possession. Baseline drive, jumpers up, front rim. Nabavi with the rebound there as number 3 Condit missed it. He had that bank shot there at the end of Nabavi, a little bit out of control. Drake Woody fortunately gets to the Camden Miller. Why not? 3 ball from the corner, in and out. Rebound in the hands of number 20, McCosser.
And things are getting physical down inside between Jackson Vandruff and whoever has the unfortunate task of trying to block him out.
Chance Acord now matched up with Rowe. He'll drop it in. That's a field goal for Rowe. He's got 10. And that extends the lead back out to 4, 23-21. Camden Miller will work up top, switch off with Nabavi. 6:50 here, Drake Woody. And we'll have another offensive call down low by the same official, FYI. All 3 of those calls, baseline official. We love our officials. That's a tough one.
I think Jackson got away with a push on that lost rebound. I mean, kind of shoved a Morrison player to the ground, so I do think it was maybe a makeup call.
Okay, thank you, Luke. Thank you, Luke. Keeping us honest here. As Schubert, the sophomore, who finished with 6 and 5, 11 points, 11 of the 25 for Morrison. He'll work right side, man defense for the Wildcats, working up top. Rowe up top with Acord, gives it up. Camden Miller trying to get off that switch. And they do call the walk. Correct call there. Excellent job there by the C official, or the lead official, I should say. Turnover, Morrison. Acord will get it in. Wildcats down 4. Good start to the second half. Come back down with an offensive player control foul, unfortunately. Camden Miller, Acord back. Baseline jumper. Hit short. Rebound, 1 and done for the Wildcats is number 21, the senior Johnson with the rebound.
I mean, we're getting a lot of good looks. We just haven't had a lot of success putting the ball in the hole so far.
Schubert matched up with Camden. He'll shoot the 3. That one banks in the hands. Another rebound for Chance Acord. He'll work down the middle. He'll keep it all the way coast to coast. No call. There was a little contact there, but missed layup there back in the hands of Briggs Rowe. Morrison will set up shop here. 3 balls up. McCosser misses it. Looks like another offensive rebound. It's unfortunate. That's a lot of offensive rebounds for Morrison. They've been fortunate, and they've been killing Wildcats on those offensive boards. 5:18. Reset here for Morrison. Rowe, he'll pull the trigger, and it's good. Can't give him that much space. Leading scorer here for Morrison.
You just really need to guard Rowe, and you really need to guard Schubert. And, of course, it's a lot easier said than done with both of them. They're both good players. I just think I'd like to see us try to make someone else from Morrison score the ball.
Bobby kicks back out. Miller will look for the 3. Doesn't pull up. Look for the screen and roll. Nothing there as Camden Miller will reset. Manned up here. 5 wide. 5 out. Jackson Vandruff now comes to the free throw line. A little back screen. Let's see what happens as Coach is going to try to get that screen free for Camden. He'll kick to Nabavi. Nabavi with the 3 ball. It's up. Bang! Nathan Nabavi with his first field goal of the day. He's got 4. That's a good response there for the Wildcats as they cut it back to 4. Camden Miller with the assist.
It's a lot of new faces, but something we're used to is having all 3 of our guards hitting a 3. So that's something exciting to have going forward.
Rowe matched up with Acord up top. He gives it back out. Camden Miller drawing Schubert here on the switch. And we're going to, hey, we got the offensive call here on the switch. So nice work there. So it's going around. Hopefully we'll get a few more of those in our favor.
And they've been calling that pretty consistently. You saw it in the girls' game and the boys' game. They just want you to be set on those screens.
Acord and Vandruff will have a seat. In comes Wilburn and Caleb Schaefer. Drake Woody will get the out of bounds into Nabavi as Camden Miller will work left side. He's drawing Schubert as Coach Griffin says, hey, that number 10 kid, he's got a lot of points. Let's get on him. Dump down to Schaefer from Nabavi.
I'm not just saying this because I'm sitting with you and he's your son, but I've been very, very impressed with the way Nathan Nabavi's seeing the floor. He's had some very good post-entry passes. He's been moving the ball really well.
So Schaefer goes up, draws the foul. That's the 3rd on Briggs Rowe, so something to keep your eye on. So good job by Schaefer on the catch. I'm grateful he made the catch, went to the basket. He's going to get 2 free throws here. Let's see if he can put these in. Reduce this lead. And this is the first, a little long. Free throw woes kind of continue to hinder the Wildcats.
You definitely want him to make these, but just drawing that 3rd foul on Briggs Road could be big going forward if we can keep attacking him.
This is the 2nd, so empty possession, but to your point, got that foul. So Wildcats still down 4, under 4, 3rd quarter, 28-24. Nabavi on the backside cannot do that. There's no reason for it. Nabavi picks up his 3rd foul. That's the 2nd here in the second half.
And hopefully this is something he can learn from. I'm sure you'll talk to him about it.
Oh, it's going to be the only thing we talk about.
I'll definitely talk to him about it as well, just because I know that I can. He's got to, Camden, and Drake have all got to be able to stay on the floor as much as possible, and just getting cheap fouls like that is not the way to go.
Wilburn draws Rowe here now. Good job there by the sophomore. 3 ball is up. In and out. Offensive rebounds. Got to block out. Condit gets this one. We'll have a block charge or block call up top as, excuse me, Camden Miller will get his 2nd foul. That's the 3rd team foul for the Wildcats. Looks like Acord will come in for Nabavi. He shakes his head, but he only has himself to blame. Cheap foul. Those will be called every time from behind. A slap down on the ball from behind that's the easiest call in basketball to make. 3:29. Miller with the reach, no call, thankfully. Jumper is up, in and out. Good work there, Schaefer getting up in his vision. Chance Acord with another rebound. Camden Miller will work left side. Drake Woody on that side looking for that double screen here. Camden Miller will work right hand. Loses it a little bit. Hand off to Wilburn. Wildcats will reset as Acord will flip it to Woody. Woody eyes the 3. It's up. Front rim. No one there to rebound. Follow your shot.
I would like to see someone get downhill. We saw Nathan do a good job of it in the first half, drew a bunch of fouls, but with him in foul trouble, is anyone else can take it to him? We've got Briggs Rowe with 3 fouls. If you can get his 4th here in the 3rd, that would give you an advantage heading into the 4th.
So we'll have the foul on Wilburn as Briggs Rowe attacks the basket. Schaefer there as well. That'll be the 4th team foul for the Wildcats here, mounting quickly here. That's just the 1st on Wilburn. And that'll send Rowe to the line. Again, Briggs Rowe with 2 made threes, 3 other field goals.
I wouldn't mind that foul. Sorry.
No,
if Caleb Schaefer wasn't behind you, you've got a big down there to contest a shot. If you've got the big, let him run into it. I played with Braden Shank, and it was a lot of we got to gamble a ton because we knew he was affecting shots on the back end. So, release, don't foul, let him jump into Caleb, and then go get the rebound. Make him prove it and finish over your big guy inside.
Bobby checks back in for Wilburn and for offense. Coach Hardaway, offense for defense with Nabavi in foul trouble. Makes that free throw, so sends a lead out 29-24. Give credit to Rowe on his first made free throw on the night. Nabavi, a high post, kicks it back out to Camden Miller. He had Drake Woody wide open, finally finds him. 3 balls up. Bang! Drake Woody, yes, sir!
That's just really, really solid offense.
Woody with his 2nd made 3. He's got 6. Wildcats cutting that lead again, down 2. Let's see if they can get over the hump here with a defensive stop and a score. Johnson will work the wing against Woody. Good job there by Drake Woody, the sophomore. Rowe now matched up with Acord up top, and we'll have a timeout here. Good call there by Coach Griffin. And get a round of applause from the Cashion faithful. And we'll go to a timeout as well. We'll be hang tight. We'll be right back. CWTV.
Years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back. Appreciate you guys staying with us here. CWTV third quarter action. Wildcats down 2, 29-27. Appreciate our fantastic sponsors. You saw that Community State Bank. They're also our scoreboard sponsor for the season. You see a little CSB there, all the fine folks. Coach Tishner and the bunch out there in downtown Cashion, as well as Dover and Kingfisher, I believe. No, Crescent. I'll get it right. I don't know. We'll get it right. I know we got them in Cashion, and we appreciate their sponsorship. Wildcats coming back out. We've got Miller, Acord, Vandrift, Drake Woody, Nathan Nabavi, not Neiman Nabavi. A lot of Nababis. Under 2 here, third quarter. Wildcats down 2.
Oh, nice little set. Good job by Cam to get through it all and chance to help him out. That was an excellent, Morrison had a set coming out of timeout, and we probably didn't know exactly what it was, but you can pick out a trap door pretty easily, and we fought through it and forced a turnover.
So Wildcats are able to force a turnover. Cam Miller looking to get that double pick and roll. Nabavi down low. And the dump down is good. Give the assist to Jackson Vandruff. Nice job there on the matchup as Nabavi on the smaller number 12, Swoboda. And we've got a tie ball game, my friend. Nabavi with the rebound quickly. Right side. Pulls up his dribble, look for the 3. Camden Miller, a little backdoor. Pitched out, a little turnover, unfortunate for the Wildcats.
If he's got his head up, I think he's probably got Drake with the little easier pass to the other side, but once you get out of control, it's very easy to get in trouble.
Rowe with the floater, in and out. Vandruff with the rebound out to Miller. Coach Hardaway says stop.
It was a great job by Chance, right?
Yep,
Chance Acord.
Chance Acord, yeah.
Acord, yeah, by contesting the shot without fouling right there.
Nabavi looking for that back cut. Floater into Vandruff. Nice pass. Assist Nabavi. Vandruff gets another delicious. Wildcats with the lead. 31-29, under a minute. It took a while, but the Wildcats clawed back.
Is that our first lead of the game?
I believe so. It is. You got it, my man. It took all of 3 quarters almost. Let's see if they can hang on here. Drake Woody on number 21, Johnson. Looking for the screen. Rowe kicked out. Schubert with him. Camden Miller locked up. He drives the lane. Left-hand floater is good. Great job, individual play. Schubert's just been fantastic for Morrison.
Yep, there's not really anything we can do there. It's a tough defense and just a really, really tough mate.
So tie ball game, 31 all. Nabavi will swing it out to Miller. 8 seconds.
Good set.
Woody with the screen and the 3 ball. Bang! Drake Woody! Yes, sir!
So anytime, this is something Coach Hardaway used to tell us all the time, anytime you see a shooter on the block, then you know it's probably a set. So I have my head up, see Drake Woody down there on the block. You think probably get a pretty good idea. He's going to get a screen, come up to the top of the key or the wing, and perfectly executed, great pass, and knocks it down, gives us the lead heading into the 4th.
Absolutely terrific last minute here for the Cashion Wildcats. Basically come down to a 7-2 run. They have a 3-point lead here, 34-31. Saw the Nathan Nabavi dump down, come back. Nabavi with the assist into Jackson Vandruff. Drake Woody with a fantastic 3. And we got our 3 ball to end and so maybe we get the 3. We get the possession score at the end of the quarter as well, as the Morrison Wildcats were able to finish the first and second. So it's a good one. We knew it was going to be good. 2 teams kind of retooling, got a couple parts here and there. I think it's the Wildcats who are a little bit more green than the Morrison Wildcats, but I love seeing parts come into play and the Wildcats growing up as we watch, just like with the girls game earlier today. All right, so as we enter the fourth quarter, Wildcats up 34-31. Little heat check here as the Wildcats take a look. Nathan Abavi with 6, Camden Miller with 10, Jackson Vandruff with 5, and that's 9, and Drake Woody with 9 as well. So, again, good spacing and good equal scoring.
Just to talk on Camden Miller being a young sophomore point guard, he has 10 in the first half to get us going. It's 19-23, and then we've got a 3-point lead. He has not scored again. Yeah. That doesn't mean he wasn't playing hard, but he's putting guys in position to score, is helping us along when we need it, and now letting his teammates be successful. And we'll see how that continues to grow in the fourth quarter.
Wildcats on D. 3 ball is up. No good there by the freshman, Swabado. Rebound, another defensive rebound by Chance Acord. I think he's probably close to 9 or 10 already on the game. Camden Miller in the game. Caleb Schaefer, Wildcats going double-double here. Big lefty, it's good. Great find there. Jackson Vandruff with another assist, finding my man Caleb Schaefer. Sweet move with the left hand. Wildcats extend that lead 36-31. Back on D. Great work there by the two bigs. And you're seeing the growth of Jackson Vandruff as well. Great pass, entry pass into Schaefer. Schaefer with the finish. Swabado, who had that last miss. Little flop there by Briggs Rowe. Not going to get the call. Schubert handling a lot of pressure there from Camden Miller. Talk about defense from Camden Miller.
Yeah, he's had a tough assignment on the bigger Schubert for most of the night, but has done a pretty decent job. Ooh, just a little bit unlucky there. I wonder who they're going to call that on.
They're going to call that a click on. That is on Jackson. That is third. That'll send.
I don't know what the official wants him to do there.
Yeah, it's a tough call. Give credit to Rowe. He brought the effort into the lane.
For sure. And as they say, ball doesn't lie. So if he hits his next one too, we must just be wrong up here.
Oh, I do believe in the Bible of the ball. Yes, I do. Nathan Abavi checks in for Chance Acord. 6:48 here. Wildcats hanging on to a 4-point lead. Briggs.
So Nabavi's not out of the woods yet. He picked up that third early and has yet to pick up another one. You still want to be a little bit cautious this early in the fourth, but as time continues to tick, the more and more free he can feel.
Nabavi with the defensive rebound coming in. Camden Miller left-hand drive, working across that two-man trap. Caleb Schaefer, the dump down from Nabavi off the glass. No good. Jackson Vandruff with the offensive rebound, and that'll be number 4 on Briggs Rowe. They'll say it's on the floor. Let's see if they go against number 2. He was on that backside. No, they'll give it to number 12 or 21, Johnson. So that's just his second. That's a 13 foul on Morrison. So Rowe very fortunate.
Oh, Drake Woody has spent the better part of the last possession and a half wide open. Not to say we haven't gotten good takes. We got 2 fouls out of it, but when you've got a shooter that's capable of getting hot like that, and, he's young, so maybe it's not quite to the magnitude that your Vance and your Jacobs quite were, but I think that when it's all said and done, he may be the best shooter out of the 3 of them. That's saying a lot, but if he's wide open, I'm trying to get him the ball personally.
So turnover, missed shot there by Schubert. Nabavi hustling down and gets the defensive rebound. Wildcats will reset, 6:10. Fourth quarter, it's a tight one, 36-32. We knew it would be. Both these teams looking, new look for both groups. And we'll get the block call. That's correct. I know Johnson doesn't get it, but you can't hook him with your knee. So excellent call there by the C official. Camden Miller will give it up. Looks like Chance Acord will check in for Schaefer.
I think that's going to be 4 on number 21, Johnson.
So with 5:57, both teams with 5 fouls. Camden Miller will get across the timeline, looking for that trap over there. Got to get out of there. Swing into Miller, 3 balls up. Nabavi tips it out to Jackson Vandruff. Can't get it, goes back up, gets the board, counted and 1. Jackson Vandruff, flex it, my man. Huge offensive rebound and putback for Vandruff, and he'll be going to the line for the and 1 opportunity. So Wildcats extend the lead 38-32. That's just the second foul on Schubert. Free throw is up. No good. Rebound quickly down is Rowe. I'm not sure that arm bar, that's a double dribble. They're going to call it. Excellent call. And great job by Jackson Vandruff. Great defense slowing down Briggs Rowe.
It's also Chance Acord. Is it Acord or Accord?
It's Acord.
Acord.
Yes.
Picking him up full court. I was a little worried that they were going to catch him with the body, but had great control, knew how much he could push and how couldn't. Gives up the ball back up 6.
So Wildcats 5:30 here. Swing pass from Miller to Nabavi. Nabavi with a little dump down back to Miller. A little two-man game. Swing out to Drake Woody. Eyes were looking somewhere else. So that's
just getting ready to move the ball before I caught it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Tough turnover there. And an excellent call here by Coach Hardaway. A couple of empty possessions. We had an and one. Their turnover, I think it's a good time. We'll take a timeout ourselves as well. Wildcats up 38-32. Be right back.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Cashion FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
But we'll be up there. Hey, welcome back, CWTV. Fourth quarter. It's a tight one. Wildcats hanging on to a 6-point lead, 38-32 against the visiting Morrison Wildcats. For the Wildcats, we've got Miller, Woody, Acord, Vandruff, and Nabavi. A lot of familiar names out there, but some different faces.
You got 5 minutes left. It's a young basketball team, and you're up 6. So you get an opportunity to see early in the season how they can play with the lead here in the fourth quarter.
We'll have another turnover, so Wildcats turn the ball over again, so give it right back to Cashion. Great point, Luke, and really appreciate you being a part of this. Checking in for number 21, Johnson, is Swoboda, the freshman, number 12. Camden Miller at the out of bounds. And they're going to get matched up here pretty quick. So Woody will have the ball. He'll get it up. He'll have the freshman on him. Swoboda, hand off to Nabavi. Nabavi will check out. He'll get the match. This is what he wants. Decides to give it up to Woody. Woody will curl back out. Miller will jump down. And then Bobby's got the lane. He'll attack. Good drop down
pass.
to Vandruff.
My goodness.
Nice assist there. Another one. Jackson Vandruff, Nathan Nabavi. It's the hookup of the century. Great job there as the Wildcats get another 2. Extend the lead 40-32. Popped out. Under 5. Great job there. Nabavi penetrating and drawing the defense. 3 ball is up by Condit. It's missed. Nabavi with another defensive rebound. He'll give it to Cam Miller. Wildcats will slow down as Coach Hardaway gets his play drawn up.
Yep, just want quality possessions, quality shots.
Dump down to Vandruff looking for the skip pass, and Nabavi climbs the ladder to get that one. A little heat on that one as well. Left hand came to Miller. Floater doesn't have a dutch. Stop down Vandruff. Yes, sir. Hello. Vandruff with 10 alone in the second half. Great drive there. Wildcats working the dribble penetration, low block.
You can see Jackson's experience. It's another turnover by the Morrison Wildcats from playing with Jonah and the rest of those guards a little bit, because I think he's stepping into a lot more passes than he was last year. I think he looks like a more complete basketball player as opposed to just an athlete out there on the floor.
Love it. I love it. I totally agree. So another turnover by Morrison. Wildcat lead up to 10 now. Biggest lead of the night. Acord with the keep on the switch. Layup is good. Nice draw up there by Coach Hardaway. Acord with his first bucket of the night. And that balloons up to 12 on the lead counter. 3:30 here, fourth quarter. Wildcats on a nice little run. No walk call. Scoop is up. Nabavi with the rebound. He'll work to get across. And he'll let the student section give him a little bit of help on that wolf. He'll get it across the timeline. No rush here. Acord, Nabavi with the tip there. Didn't need that. Acord tried to help him out. In the lane is Rowe on the turnaround, and it's good. That's unfortunate. Rowe with another basket. And Coach Hardaway looks like, and that's going to be number 5. If that's is that a foul or a technical?
It's a technical.
Sure is, and that'll be done for Briggs Rowe. We just called his name. He's been a phenomenal athlete and player here, inside out.
That may only be his fourth, because I think the last one they thought they called on him. They ended up calling on number 21.
Okay. So the technical will send Drake Woody to the free throw line. Wildcats will have possession after the 2 shots. That is now the 4th on Briggs Rowe. First one is good for Woody. Always want to cash in on those technical fouls. Woody now has his first three-point field goal point. He's got 10 on the night. And drops in and out. So Wildcats up 45-34. We'll get the scoreboard up to speed. 3 minutes here with the ball. Nabavi, Miller, Woody, Acord, Vandruff. Nabavi will get the entry pass. Little man defense here now as Condit match up with Nabavi. Vandruff kicks it out. Woody will skip past. Nothing to rush here. Don't need to do anything. Nabavi right hand, pull back. Little step back here, a little handoff. Nice little 3-man weave here. Miller, the attack and the foul. And that's exactly what you want on that play. A right hand take there off that switch.
That's a good job just being patient. All 3 guards had shots they could have taken if they really wanted to. You had Drake on that drive. Nate had the 3, but you're patient, getting a great shot. You're up 11. The clock's on your side, so make them foul, go to the line, hopefully hit these free throws.
So that'll send our man, sophomore Camden Miller, point guard, to the line. He'll be shooting 1-1 here as that's the 17th foul. Makes the first. Nice work there by Camden Miller, cashing in. That's his first made free throw. He's got 11, his first points in the second half after that really strong start. 46-34. Second one is up. It's good. Back to a 13-point lead here for the Wildcats. Cashion up top of Morrison. That's my man, Chris Gibson. You want a headset, brother? We got one for you right here. Take it. So we got a foul down low. That'll be the 3rd on Camden Miller. Welcome to the broadcast, Chris. It's a double duty of the Gibson family. Got Maddox down on the court cam.
Heck, I've been watching y'all. Y'all been doing a great job broadcasting. The boys, hey, that first half kind of struggled, but man, they hit a rhythm where the big guys down low. And it's been fun to watch the second half.
All from dribble penetration. Luke was talking about it from the get-go. Luke was saying, you got slashers, you guys creating opportunities, and guys like Jackson Vandruff and Caleb Schaefer. He had a nice putback off an assist on a drive, are paying off. We'll leave it here. So Chris, a little bit of commentary. This is a new, fresh look here. Anything stand out from you in terms of this new look Cashion basketball team?
I just have never seen a Cashion team where you just had 2 big guys down low and really utilize them, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, you've got some great shooters outside. So if you can really use those 2 big guys to open up those shots outside, then you're going to have kind of a double whammy there for the Cashion Wildcats, and they could surprise some teams.
Yeah, I think Cashion fans are pretty spoiled to go, and not necessarily saying it in a bad way, because there's a lot of different schools that do that, but traditionally you wouldn't think of Cashion as that powerhouse that reloads as opposed to rebuilds.
Right.
But a lot of people probably expect us to come out here and lose this game. We got a lot of ball players that haven't played a ton of basketball, but part of getting to compete against those seniors is now this defense is easier than who we were practicing against every single game last year. I think it'll be very interesting. You're going to catch a lot of teams off guard that expect us to come out here and just jack up a ton of threes, which we are capable of, but Jackson and Chance are going to be bigger and more athletic than a lot of the kids we play, so it's going to be really interesting to see the diversity of this team going forward. I think it's going to be a lot different than it was last year, but it's still going to be a pretty dang good ball club.
Yeah. 2 minutes, Wildcats on defense, almost get the turnover. Nabavi tries to get the steal, overshoots, 3 balls up by Condit, in and out. Acord over the back call, but it's okay. Jackson Vandruff is there with the rebound. Under 2, Wildcats up 13. Camden Miller with the stroll.
Yeah, if you got some size like Jackson Vandruff down low against the team, in Class A, he's a big boy down low, and he's going to be a problem for a lot of teams.
Yep.
That we
you can
face.
also, you're bringing in Caleb Schaefer off the bench,
Yep.
and you can leave Chance in, so you can play Jackson, Chance, and Caleb Schaefer all on the floor with any combination of Drake, Cam, and Nate, and have 2 pretty dang good ball handlers that are not going to be giving the ball up a lot, and just 3 massive guys inside.
Yep.
it's going to be a fun fun ball team. I think they're going to win. Like, they're going to win this game tonight, and then we'll play a game next week, and we could win it in a completely different way. But if they're going to leave Jackson on an island inside, it'll be heavy Jackson. Then you'll have games where maybe I'm chasing Drake around, and we're so worried about the shooters on the inside that it'll be a lot of one-on-one with Cam and Nate. And then maybe you have one game where they're packing to the lane, and they decide, hey, I'm not going to guard Drake Woody, and Drake can hit 6 or 7 threes because he's definitely capable of it. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this team. And then,
and as the season goes on, Jackson and Caleb, they didn't have much playing time last year. Jackson had probably more than Caleb. But the more they're on the floor, just tonight you've seen the progression as the game has gone on.
Totally right.
How much
there's
better
a lot of
they've
stuff
gotten.
Jackson was doing tonight that I don't think he could have done last year. Like this right here.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't go in, he took 2 dribbles into a little baby hook. I don't think he really had the confidence to do that at all last year. And it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch him be a basketball player this year.
Yeah.
We all know he's a heck of a football player, but he's gonna be. By the end of the year, you're gonna be seeing that he's a heck of a ball player.
Yeah, he's just an athlete. And he's gonna work hard at whatever he does. So.
All right, so little Jackson Vandriff fan club. I love it. Good kid. We absolutely love him. So. Wildcats off the turnover, Cashion off the Morrison turnover. Camden Miller will get it across, and we'll get the foul there. That'll be number 9. Wildcats almost in the double bonus. And this is where, as a guard, you're fighting to get the ball because you want to go to the free throw line. I know that. That's what I did. So Camden Miller will go to the line, shooting 1-and-1. Next foul against Morrison. That's the 4th against Mason Schubert. He's been fantastic for them, as well as Briggs Rowe. It's pretty much been their team. Condit with a 2 and McCoser with that banked-in 3. First one of the 1-and-1 is good, so good work there by Camden Miller, taking advantage of that. He's got 3 free throws, up to 13 points. We may need your phone to keep the scoreboard because my battery's about to die. That's okay. 48-34, second one is up and good. So good work there by Camden, taking advantage of the free throws. Wildcats back on a defense, 120, up 15. 3 balls up, in and out, Nababi with a defensive rebound.
There's still a minute left in this there's a minute left in this ball game, but we've only given up 3 points here in the 4th quarter, which is something very heartening to see as opposed to last year where I felt like a lot of times we would let some teams stay in the game and let them make a 4th quarter run to where they were giving us a game where there really shouldn't have been one. But here we were down at halftime, take the lead at the 3rd, and then just do not look back, which is a young team doing that, which is something else. It's not something you'll see a lot.
Hey, I was talking to Chad. He's just right across the street from me downtown there, so we have a lot of coaching talk, and sport talk down there. But I was talking to him this week, and he was just after last week's practice, he was just like, man, I think we're gonna have something. He was very optimistic of the parts and pieces that he saw in practice and the progression that everybody was making between Vandriff and Caleb Schaefer, and then the guards out there shooting, and Acord coming in and just being that other part of big physical player that can get in there and really scrap.
So it's wind down time here as the Wildcats with 40. Don't need to do anything here. All Nathan has to do is pull back out. Drake Woody with the curl. Dump down to Camden Miller. Wildcats up 15, and we'll get a foul. That may be 5 on Schubert. That'll send Camden Miller to the line for 2. Jackson Vandriff will come back in. That is the 5th on Schubert. Great game there by the sophomore guard. He finishes with, looks like he had 6, 7, 8 free throws to go with his 2 field goals, 5, so 13 points. So great game there by Mason Schubert. Left it all on the court. Camden Miller back on the from the line, shooting 2, gets that first one to roll in. We'll move it to 52-36. And what was crazy, a 4-point deficit at halftime is ballooned up now to a 17-point lead. If you didn't watch the game, you'd be like, I wonder what happened here. 3 balls up, that's missed. Drake Woody with the rebound. Camden Miller.
I think it's something you spoke to a little bit earlier. I think we did come out with some nerves. Did you see we got into halftime, whatever Coach Hardaway or whoever said something to the team, they came out a completely different team in the second half and just really got rolling.
Assist from Nabavi on the drive to Acord. He's got 4, 3 balls up. And that's it. Wildcats victorious, 55-36. They moved to 1-0 on the season. The new look girls team, the new look boys team. Successful opening day. great night. It's Friday night. I know we've got a lot to, we're going to be up. Keep the headset on. Chris, we'll break it down a little bit. So as we take a tally, let's take a timeout. Oh, hang tight with us as we have breakdown and final analysis here as the Cashion Wildcats victorious 55-36.
Oklahoma Career Tech's been serving up skills to doers just like you for over 100 years.
But this ain't your great Grammys and Pop Tech school.
Oklahoma's favorite place to learn new skills keeps learning new tricks. Everyone knows the best way to learn is to do it yourself.
Sir, you okay?
Because you shouldn't have to wait to do what you love. Whatever you choose to do you.
Oklahoma Career Tech.
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
All right, welcome back. CWTV, successful season opener. That's alliteration, Luke, I think, sort of. But Wildcats victorious 55-36 over Morrison. The girls' earlier winners 47-41. Wildcats, what can you say? I mean, they've got basically 5 new starters, and guess what? We had 6 kids scoring buckets, led by senior, guess who? Jackson Vandruff. You talked about his game, his growth and development. You saw advancement. You saw it on the defensive side, but definitely inside the block, moving guys around, just phenomenal. Camden Miller, 15 points, had a fantastic first half, kept the Cashion in the game. Nabavi with 8, Drake Woody with 10 on 3 made threes, and Chance Acord finishes up with 4th here and 4 points in the fourth quarter. Caleb Schaefer with the other 2. Just a great team victory, don't you think?
For sure. One thing I want to highlight, we were 19-23 going in a half, down 4. We win that second half 36-13.
Wow.
And that's something, in my opinion, you usually see with more of your senior-led teams, older teams that have been around the block before. You don't expect a lot of time younger teams to go into half down and then come out and turn it around like that. Yes, I expected us to be in the game, but I thought it was going to be close throughout. We took charge in the third and then kept it going into the fourth and, really won the ball game. Coach Hardaway has always stressed first 4 minutes of the third quarter, and I imagine he said the same thing to the boys down there, and the young kids listened and bought in, took care of business.
They did. In fact, the set that they drew up, that he had drawn up for him in the very first possession, was a great play, great setup, and a great score. Got us kind of going and moving. And so, again, Wildcats doing it every which way. Definitely, again, on the night, had 6 made threes, had a ton of free throws, got to the line in the second half. That was the key for the Wildcats. Get a little nod there from Vaughn. So definitely it was a kind of a nice alumni night, too. It was a great crowd tonight, don't you think?
It really was. I was kind of surprised. You had a lot of new faces. Maybe you're not expecting the same kind of excitement out of the boys' team. No, nothing against the boys we have playing right now, but it was a show watching some of those seniors get up and down last year. But a great crowd. The boys got up and down. A lot of the stuff you were worried about, we took care of the ball fine. A lot of guys dribbling that hadn't had to dribble yet. We had too many turnovers. You have 1 turnover. It's too many if you ask me. But they were turnovers doing something. We didn't have a ton of bad turnovers. One thing I'd like to see us clean up the defensive rebound a little bit, giving up too many offensive boards, I think. But defensively did a good job. Nathan got in foul trouble early, didn't foul out of the game, handled it well. We had that in the boys and the girls game. Overall, I just think there's a lot to go home and be happy about after that first game.
All right, so we appreciate you guys joining us here. We got Chris Gibson. A big shout-out to Maddox, Colson. Who else we got? Don't forget Hank, right? You guys fantastic. I'm telling you, we've got 2 7th graders and an 8th grader. They did fantastic. You guys did an awesome job tonight, and they're breaking down equipment, which is even awesome for me right now to watch. Chris is doing a little management over there for us, but really appreciate that. And appreciate you guys watching. Again, a great night. But again, it's about growing this young team, taking one step, and, you don't want to take one step forward and 2 steps back.
Right.
So it'll be about, taking what you can good from this game and then applying it Tuesday night, Minco at home. Wildcats, again, will face off against Minco starting at 6:30. We'll have you covered. And then we'll have the Garber tournament on the 8th, 9th, and 10th next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It will be so it's my man Rhino Roofing, Randy Miller, coming over to get his punch, one of our fantastic basketball sponsors this year. His son, of course, he's a little on cloud 9. His game comes out 15 on his first start. It'll be it's going to be a fantastic tournament at the Garber tournament. A lot of great names, good teams out there. It's going to be stacked, and, it'll be something whether you follow on Garber Wildcat or Garber Wolverines.tv or Cashion Wildcat TV. We'll have you covered. So for my man Luke, I'm Neiman Abavi. Appreciate you guys joining us here. Cashion Wildcats victorious 55-36 as they move to 1-0 in the season. Go Cats and God bless.